I'm Gabriela Hammond and I'm Head of HR Consultancy here at Forbes Solicitors. I'm going to talk to you today about mediation, what it is, what it isn't, and some of the common misconceptions and try and alleviate those. Mediation is a quicker and more cost-effective way to solve workplace disputes. It relies on the parties coming together themselves on a voluntary basis to work through the problem and the issue that they've had to make their own resolutions. It's not the mediator who comes to a decision or steers them in any way, it's the parties themselves who make their own agreements. This is why the resolutions that are formed during mediation are longer lasting and have a higher chance of making a longer lasting success. It's completely confidential. What's discussed with the parties and the mediator stays within that room and with those parties unless there's an agreement made afterwards. Statistically, using mediation has a higher chance of making the solutions and the resolutions for the longer term. Because the parties themselves come to their agreements and work through their own problems and own issues, it has a higher chance of success than some other forms of dispute resolution where the decision is made for the parties. There's less ownership there and often the agreements can break down. The mediator's role is to be impartial, and that's why there is specific training and accreditation for mediators to help them on that journey, to make sure they're not making any decisions and not making any judgments. So they stay completely impartial and objective through the process. So one party having a stronger personality, it really will make no difference to the process, as both parties will be given equal and fair treatment by the mediator. Mediation obviously looks at the reason why the issues have occurred, but it doesn't focus on it. Once it's been acknowledged, the mediator will draw the parties towards future-focused resolutions and look to how they can make things improvements for their own future and own working relationship. Mediations are there to improve working relationships. Nobody asks for people to be best friends with the people that they work with, obviously, but good relationships help, and that's what mediations can help to solve through going through the process. Improve working relationships for the future and efficiency of the role. Certainly the best and most efficient way of doing a mediation is face-to-face, and the higher success rates definitely depend on that. But there are other ways. You can do them via Zoom or Teams or online methods. You can even do shuttle mediations, where if the parties initially don't want to be in the same room, the mediator can shuttle between them, relaying communication in between the two parties. But face-to-face would always be recommended.